encore quand même la partie fleuve, quand on a passé la passerelle. Enchaîner comme ça des petites montées de 200, 300 mètres, ça peut saouler. 160 km ça passe, c'est agréable. Ouais, voilà, après c'est long. J'étais quatrième et j'ai raté une balise sur une piste pour prendre un single. J'ai continué, au bout de 400-500 mètres, je suis tombé sur le validage de 30 km. Du coup, j'ai continué, je suis quasiment revenu au départ. J'ai fait 8 km et demi de rade. Comme il ne marque pas au sol, même quand elle flèche, elle est... Tout est marqué de la même couleur. Moi, je me suis pas dit, il y a des balisages. En fait, tu as déjà la balise qui arrive là-haut. Ouais, c'est bien. Tu vois, même là, à 200 mètres à vol d'oiseau, ils ne te mettent même pas un bénévole pour t'animer, de faire les trains. Tu connais pas, tu arrives tout seul. Bon, j'étais quatrième, j'allais faire la diff sur la première féminine. Et a priori, la maman, pourquoi pas. Vous, les trois devant, vous étiez. En fait, les 8 km, ça m'a coûté 1 heure de. 1 heure, 2 heures, comme ça, pour revenir au moment où j'étais pas trop. Descendu après, on montait en marchant. Et après, du coup, c'était vers le frontière. Du coup, après, je suis tombé en panne d'eau. C'était quand même un long secteur. Donc, après, pas d'eau. En fait, j'ai repris le circuit. Dans un premier temps, j'ai fait 1 km en heure. Et après, boum, pas d'eau, déshydratation. Je me suis rattrapé par les gens qui étaient 30e de la course. J'ai regardé les écarts,
Good morning. It's so fantastic to see you all back down here at the finish line, all looking a little bit tired, some of you. What an amazing day. Shona's got her sunnies on because she doesn't want you to see what her eyes look like. But she's, for someone who hasn't really slept this week, she looks freaking amazing. Okay. We're going to start with the 10K. We're going to start presentations now. We're going to start with the 10K and Shona will determine the order a little after that. I just read them out. She tells me if I'm doing it right or not. Okay, we'll start with the 10K because that one was yesterday afternoon and that started out at... it started from Mount Cootha. So we'll start with the females. The first female was Fiona Layden. Is she here? Second female, Liz Borton. And third female was Lisa Matheson. So if they're here, would like to come up and collect their trophy. Okay, this is why we got these ones out of the way early. Okay, in our 10K, we actually had some quite great junior trail runners in these events. I don't have their ages, but when I was looking through them, they look pretty young. So first was David Bailey, and that was a smashing time of 46 minutes. I think David's actually from Tasmania. First in the 10K, yep. What are you doing here, David? He's just chilling. He's usually an ultra runner. Yeah, he's usually doing the longer stuff, so I'm really surprised to see was that the same David Bailey? Okay, second was Diego De Leon. And third was Joshua Kursavani. Yeah, so did you want to just...
Yeah, I'd like to thank the organisers. Obviously from Tassie, it's good to come up and get some warmer weather. And I was originally in the 30k, but my mate got me some tickets to the AFL game yesterday, so I dropped back down to the 10 so I could sneakily go. But the 10k was really fun, and there's plenty of variety in there. And coming from Tassie, enjoyed those climbs, so had a ball. And thanks to the volunteers, organisers, and sponsors, and all the runners. Thanks.
Thanks so much, David. Was it a good game? Yeah, well, my team was playing the Lions. I'm actually a West Coast Eagles supporter, hailing from Western Australia. I was a little bit sad to missing the game, and maybe not too sad. Okay, so we'll move on to the 20k. So, David, you get a voucher there? Yep. So we'll move on to the 20k. We'll start with the women. The first female was Shanna Marsh in 1:41.16. This was a really close race. Second place was Siobhan Sieber in 1:41.24, so there was not much time between them. And Deborah Kabur was in 1:42.30, so they came in within a couple of minutes of each other. No doubt they would have had each other in their sights as they were coming across the bridge there. Well done, ladies. It's Deborah. If anyone spots a runner coming through, please give us a shout out, because our photographer needs to jump up there and get him a finish line photo. So just say, runner up. Okay, let's go to the 20k for the men. In the 20 we had first was Jeremy Hunt, second Andrew Leach, and third was James Sieber. Any relation to Siobhan, James? Husband and wife there, having a bit of a run. And a good hit out today, taking home the prizes. So we've got a runner-up. So if we can get this photo. Well done, we have one of our 100-miler females coming in, ladies and gentlemen. Katie, this is her first miler, I believe. She's done it tough. She would have been out there all night, so she'll want a good finish photo. Okay, we'll just get this photo, guys, and then our photographer's got to dash off. Yeah, so Katie was one of those runners we were watching. We knew she was quite a tidy runner, that she had some experience on the trails. I've seen her running around and she runs a bit with our female winner, Cecilia, so we knew she would be familiar with the trails. She knew what she had up ahead of her. So I think if we can give her a great cheer, because she's actually stuck it out. She's seen the sunrise, sunset, and sunrise again. And she'll be coming in to finish a miler. I think if you finish a miler, that is just an amazing feat. She'll be up the top of the park there. She'll be looking forward to this last little bit of downhill as she makes her way over that timing mat. I was dot watching all night. She was one of the ones I was watching. My heart sort of goes out to them when I see, they stopped in a checkpoint for a while. I wonder, are they going to be okay? Are they going to keep going? We certainly had a lot of discussion on the live feed last night about who would be in contention, who had the experience. Here she comes. We had a phenomenal amount of women in this event this year, and some of our really top female runners were duking it out for this win. And stepping it up. We had some amazing times for 100 miles, especially on this course with 8,000 metres of elevation. And this time, so we're looking at under 30 hours, is amazing. Well done, Katie. That is a well-earned finish. Congratulations. You are a miler. Woo!
Her first 100 miler, Katie Dahl.
So we're doing in the 110 or 30? 30. Okay, we're going to go to the 30k, and we'll start with the females. This was a little bit hard to commentate on the night. Okay, well, this event is part of the Spartan Trail World Championship event. And it was again a well contested event, although some of our top women stepped up to the miler. So so the field was not as deep, but we didn't, and we weren't sure who to watch. There's a lot of women stepping up into trails from the from a triathlon background as well. We had a few of them. I talked to some of them before the race, and they were not used to wearing a pack like we are, all of us that run trails all the time. So anyway, we'll start with first place in the 30k was Courtney Gilfellin. Courtney was the one who was not quite used to wearing. She's here. Second place was Eleanor Stevenson. And third place was Victoria Beck. So Courtney went over that bridge with great determination. I think she knew that finish line was coming up, even though there were some stairs to challenge. We had to ask, the camera guy asked Eleanor if she was in the race too, and she definitely was. We were tracking her as well. We knew we were watching them all night, all afternoon, sorry. And Victoria? Doesn't look like Victoria's here. Okay, let's move on to the men. Now, Tom was beside himself in the commentary. He was really excited to track these guys. There was a really stacked field in the 30k. We knew Aidan had dropped out, so we were wondering who was going to really push. There was a lot of discussion beforehand, like how many minutes would I need to have on so-and-so when I hit the roads. But in the end, our local Ben, who knows these trails like the back of his hand, came out victorious. He was our first male over the line in 2 hours 36, Ben Duffus. Second was Nathan Pearce, just 3 minutes behind him, and less than a minute behind Nathan was Gabrielle Fiore. I think there was not much between Ben and Nathan at one point. You could see each other a lot of the time, I think, which is quite unusual for these trail events. Working out the prizes. Okay, so Ben was first. Nathan's not here. And Gabrielle was third. In fact, Gabrielle had only a 9-second lead on fourth, and we could see that there was a real tight race for third from the tracking. I don't know if anyone followed the tracking on the night. If you watched Ben and Tom and I just chatting away there about all things running. Can someone get shown her a pair of glasses? It's all right, we're enjoying this beautiful Queensland sunshine, aren't we? And what an amazing morning. Okay, so we're moving on to the 60k. Now this one is for me, this is probably the most fun event, because you can spend all day running. You get to see part of the trail no one else in this event gets to see. Ursula gave me some quite colourful language about the Cockatoo Trail. If you can find it, it's a really fun little trail to explore if you're out around Gold Creek at some point. It's very hard to find it from the bottom. It's much harder to find it from the top. Much easier to find it from the top. But still, the most seasoned trail runners and navigators miss it. So on the day, fortunately, it's very well marked. Anyway, let's move on. I concur. I was just giving Shona a bit of time here to get her eyes into focus. We'll start with the women. So first in the 60K was Montana McAvoy. Second was Ursula Adams. And third was Annabelle Carey. Well done, ladies. Yeah, so on the Cockatoo Trail, I think it's the only part of the course where you actually have to physically climb up and over a fallen tree. There's a fallen tree about that big. It's like this. Yeah, apparently Ursula's almost coat hangered. You actually have to climb up it. If you're a little bit short, it's a bit tricky. But I do encourage you to go and explore that trail. It is a lot of fun. Okay, I hope you got the men all sorted out. Do we need some of our big checks back? Yeah. So if you've got a big novelty check, can you please drop it back for our photo opportunity? You can't cash them. The bank won't accept them. Don't you know they're phasing out checks in 2025 or something? Yeah. Okay. Moving on to the 60K for the men. First was Eric Conche. Second was Lachlan Jamison. And third was Liam McKenzie. It was a little bit hard to follow these finishes because there was an early start. So I'm sorry if we couldn't give you the recognition you deserved as you came to that finish line, but we are in all of your run yesterday. Okay, are we going to do the 110? Starting with the women. So we were really excited again. There was a lot of excitement going last night. And I haven't got to the best bit yet. Because there was quite a few names that we didn't recognise in the 110K. We're getting into some really serious distances, still a really, really challenging course. And but there were some still amazing runs. Some people we didn't recognise, so we're really excited for that trail running talent, and especially that long stuff coming through, because all those people that done amazingly in the 110 this year were in the 100 mile. So it was amazing to see these people stepping up to 110, and maybe we'll see them doing milers down the track. So anyway, I digress. Let's move on to the females with the 110. First was Chantel Smith. Chantel came up from Sydney. She's one of those TRT runners from Sydney. Her pacer was Jenny Morris. Jenny came here and ran the miler, so she knew exactly what Chantel was up for. Not sure how much information she gave her, but yeah. Anyway, she came home with a win with a 14:28. Second was Buha Bali. Buha and her partner had to get a Uber 400 metres down the road because it's too far to walk to the car last night. And third was Sarah Ryan, not too far behind. Well done, Sarah. Does anyone else want to admit to getting an Uber to their car last night? No? Well done, ladies. Can't wait to see what you achieve in the future. That's a tough event, so straighten it up. Come on, we want to see. Okay, let's move on to the males. So again, this was a fairly tight race. We didn't really know these runners, but man, we loved interviewing Jordan when he came across the finish line. So it is really well worth. It is really well worth. Okay, those guys who just got their 110k prize, can you just pop up again? We need to have your photo opportunity. So that'll be Booha, Chantel and Sarah. Can you just pop back up for a photo? And then I'll start, with the trophies. And the check. And the check, yeah. It's all about the photos. We need that for our, next year. But I'll start with the men. I'll start reading out the men if you can start making your way up. So first in the 110 was Jordan Nux. We didn't know Jordan. We weren't familiar with him, but yeah, he had a very animated interview afterwards with Ben. Second was Giles Penfold. And third was Brendan Verrier. So if we could just, thank you, ladies. If you go see Shona. Yeah, over here. Well done, guys. Yeah. So I do recommend you don't have to watch all of the live feed that was on YouTube, but skip to the parts you might like to see with your. We interviewed or tried to interview all of our first place getters. Thanks very much to Australian Expat Finance for their sponsorship of this event and for part of the prize money. We don't get prize money much in an ultra, so to get something like this is just amazing. And Australian and the Expatriate as well, who have sponsored this award, or the awards, some of the awards. Guys, cameraman. Guys, to your right.
Don't worry, I'll email you boys. No, you keep that. You keep that. Oh, no, you've got some shoes. You want to do the clothes? Yeah, way better. We can give you extra t-shirts.
Before we do the Mylar presentations, I'm just going to do the presentations for the climb. So there's 3 climbs on the course for which you can work. I need my notes. Need the right notes. There are 3 climbs on the course where you can secure yourself a prize. We have one for the male and one for the female. The first one is the Kokoda. What is that? That is the Wild Earth Kokoda climb. So everyone who lives in Brisbane and runs trails is very familiar with Kokoda. I prefer not to do it. I'll run further and do Jacksonia, and I get up the top just as quick. But a lot of people just love to, suffer and will do Kokoda. I've done it enough times. I was up there on the leaderboard on the Strava segment for quite a while. But anyway, so we'll start with the Wild Earth Kokoda climb. First in that one was, these people get an e-voucher, so you don't need to come up. But first was Anthony Gordon there. And first in the females was Courtney Gilfellen. So you actually get a $100 e-voucher. I will send through your details and that'll be forwarded to you. Thanks very much to Wild Earth for sponsoring that, the Wild Earth Kokoda climb. The next one is the Red Bull climb. So that starts at the JC Slaughter Falls car park and it makes its ways up what we call the Pinnacle Track, 2 Powerful Hour. Now that's probably one of the longer climbs. And for that one, the winner was, female was Liz Borton, and male was David Bailey. Yeah, David was here. He's still here, yeah. Yeah, they'll let you take that on the plane. Probably share it around. Going back to Tassie. Yeah, no worries. Great to see you, David. Liz Borton. Okay. And the other stair climb is the last lot of stairs, is the Sunto stair climb. So it starts there's a tiny mat at the bottom of the stairs down here at the bottom of the cliffs, and there's a tiny mat at the top of the stairs, and Tom counted them for me. Ben and I had a bit of an argument about how many steps there were last year, and it differed. But we just went with Tom's number, which is 105 stairs this year. So for that one, first was James Sebo, and second was Siobhan Seba. I know. Yeah. So the husband and wife team there. Have you been practicing the stairs? Definitely. Okay, cool. Well done. Now you got to time yourself more regularly. Okay. I'm still speechless. I have to sit down. The times in this miler were phenomenal. Our course record was smashed by both the male and the female, which is incredible. It was a competitive race. Not too often is a miler a competitive race, and our milers were running scared pretty much all of the day. Although the common theme I had was that the race starts at 120k. Which might sound pretty crazy, but to most of you here, that's probably like, yeah, that sounds about right. Let's start with the women. We might go third through to first this time. And we'll take our time, we'll talk a bit about everyone. So if you want to start making your way down, if you're a little bit slow moving, that'd be awesome. So we'll start with third. In third place was Runvolt athlete Robin Kostja with 27 hours and 5 minutes. Now still, that would have won the race in one of its first 2 years. So that's still an amazing time. Robin's more of a more of a Spartan obstacle athlete, not really a miler runner, so that's an amazing result for her. Second, and this was her first, was that your first miler, Robin? This is incredible. Is this the all?
No, don't say that.
There were lots of women in this race running their first miler. In fact, our top three all ran their first miler at this event. So if I'm going to pick a miler to run my first, I'm certainly probably not going to choose one with 8,000 metres elevation gain. Anyway, I digress. Second place. And Jess is no stranger to these trails. You often see her. I've seen her years training out there. She was second place. She's two-time national long course trail champion, taking one out at Blackhall one year and here a couple of years ago. She's won the 110 here, was second here in the 110 here in its inaugural year. And this year she thought, I'll come and do my first miler on this event, and comes in second. And her time was very, very close to the previous course record. So that was an amazing run by Jess in second place. In first place was a little pocket rocket. She's a bit of a pocket rocket. And I've been, and I'm going to get emotional because I've been involved with Cecilia since she ran her first 100. So this was a very, very special finish for me. To see someone run happy, always just takes it as it comes. Have a really, really, come up Cecilia, come on. Cecilia Mattis won the 100 miler in a course record, taking over an hour. Off the course record. She has so much potential. We've really managed that. She races smart. She's really good at sleeping, apparently. It's amazing to come here, come back to Brisbane. She does spend a lot of time out in the trails. I know she does run with Katie a little bit. She was ably paced by her partner Tom, who ran a sub-3 marathon just last week. So, okay. So, what an amazing run by these three women. To smash the course record, to run their first miler. This is their first miler, people. Yeah. So congratulations, ladies. I'm just blown away by you. Ready? So let's move on to the men. And this again, I thought I'd seen it all when, we saw in 2020 when Kieran was overtaken by Nolis on Kokoda. But it looked like the lead changed a few times. The lead didn't change in the first 100 or so K. But the second, third, fourth and fifth place did. So it was amazing to be tracking the dots through the day. Let's start with third. Benji Patterson, I think he's come up from Tasmania, from New Zealand? Yeah, Benji Patterson was third. Yeah. So he's run Tarawera Mile. He's no stranger to the mile distance. And he duked it out with these guys. It was a really close race there for third. Second was Nolis Rialt. Yeah, Nolis was pushed by his pacer Cam. He came in some crazy stripy pants. The Wallies were out there in support again this year. The Wallies were out there when he finished ran his first mile here in 2019. He came back in 2020 to win it. He's back here this year. And again, a personal B, taking, half an hour off your previous time for this course. So that was an amazing one by Nolis. He actually moved up through the field. And to do that on a miler is really hard. So I think, how many people did you end up passing?
Maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah, 4 or 5. So that's pretty good running. And in first pace, this guy blew us away. People thought he was just going to fade. He did not. He didn't have the best week leading in. I think he was not well rested like you should be. But he came here, he put it all out there. He ran amazing all day. We were blown away. We could not believe he was the miler runner coming over that bridge. He said he felt really fresh and thought, I'll just sprint it in, pretty much. Peter Babbis, well done. Your finish was just amazing. We had to think twice, like, he left the cameraman behind on the Goodwill Bridge. The cameraman could not go, was that him? We're going, yes, that's him. Yeah, it was an amazing run, absolutely amazing. And Peter took 40 minutes off the course record. So, just another incredible run. We were just speechless. We thought we'd seen it all when Peter came in, and then Cecilia just, blew the roof off it. So congratulations, guys. It was such a great race. I think the guys were running scared a lot. I got that a lot, actually. People were running scared. So it was just really cool to see that competitiveness in an ultra event. And, of course, there is a lot of run too. So I hope we'll see you all back here again, defending the title, just pushing those barriers a little bit more. That's pretty much our presentations. Goes without saying that we couldn't do this without our volunteers, and there's so many of them over the weekend. So many give up their weekend, their night, a good night's sleep, to service the runners. All those out at checkpoints, up in the ops room, the sport crews, the selflessly helping other runners helping runners. It's just been an amazing weekend. And it certainly just makes it a real fantastic opportunity for everybody. Now, what did you want me to say, Shona? Any other last words?
Can the 110k runners winners come back? Come here, just let me check your watches. I just want to make sure they're good. Come on. Chantel, yeah, good. Yeah. What is it? Oh, no, you're sweet. Okay, all good. It's going, we've got... No, it must be good. Who's the 60k winners? Come back. You might be getting upgraded. Yeah, they get the 5. This is a 9? Yeah. 60k winners? Yeah. Who won the 60? Are they? It's okay? Okay. Come back. Yeah. Is it a 5? Oh, no, it's a 9. No, we're sweet. Okay, cool. Okay. We've got lots. Okay, let's do it. Yeah. Yeah. Where's the other? Hey, Ben, what have you got? Yeah. Yeah, let's do a 9. No, 9 is good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Don't give up a 9.
Oh, yes, you are. Oh, no. Oh, please. Okay. You do it.
All right. So those in the 30K, we didn't get you your Spartan Championship trophy, your piece of heavy luggage to take home. So Courtney, Eleanor, and too many pieces of paper. Oh, over here, Chantel. No? Victoria, who wasn't here. Yeah. And Ben, Nathan, and Gabrielle. Yep. You just got another trophy, another piece of luggage.
Okay. I'd like to say massive thank you to all of our sponsors for supporting us over this year. It's been huge. Look, Wild Earth has been amazing to have them support us through all those training camps and give us all those vouchers to all our training camp competitors or entrants. This has been so, it's just been so good for the community and building like a real great rapport between us, but Wild Earth, and then those runners. So massive thank you. And thank you so much for the introduction to Smart Wool Socks and also Saucony because, yeah, because I've been known to get like trench foot from like this weekend, so I haven't got that this week. So massive thank you, Smart Wool. I think my feet won't get like manky, so thank you. Look, again, thanks Australian Expat Finance and the Expatriate. We couldn't do without you, and of course we're sponsored by It's Life Queensland, and massive thank you to Hammer Nutrition. I'm pretty sure that those Endurolites and those Fizz probably save your races out there. I want to call quick Cora up. Oh, Red Bull. Okay, yeah. Cora, do you want to come up and say some words? Okay, so Cora doesn't want to say some words, but everyone loves Red Bull, so thank you, Red Bull. We know it gives us wings. So I also want to say massive thank you to our medical team. They've gone. They were amazing. They helped a lady with a broken nose make it to the end of a 100-mile event, which is pretty epic. You probably don't know that, where she broke her nose at 40 Ks? Just under 40 Ks, and she continued to the end of a 100-mile race, and she wasn't what you would think would be a natural elite athlete. She was a 51-year-old woman, so it was pretty cool. And I want to say massive thank you to all those, I want to say massive thank you to all those in the ops room and those volunteers and marshals out on the course. You probably don't know the length of logistics that we have to go through to make sure that this event even can happen. So massive thank you. But I'm going to wrap it up now. That's it. Let's go. Woohoo! Okay, please go if you